In the heart of a vibrant forest, summer was in full swing. The sun cast a golden glow over the trees, and the air was alive with the sounds of chirping birds and rustling leaves. Every creature in the forest was hard at work preparing for the upcoming winter. The deer were gathering grass, the birds were building sturdy nests, and even the tiny ants were scurrying around, collecting food. But one animal didn't seem to share their sense of urgency: Squirrel. She lounged under the shade of a large oak tree, nibbling on berries and enjoying the warm breeze. Why work so hard now, she thought to herself. There's plenty of food around, and winter is far away. Meanwhile, Ant and her colony were tirelessly marching back and forth, carrying bits of food to their underground home. Ant paused for a moment to look at Squirrel. "Squirrel," she called out, "why aren't you gathering nuts for the winter?" Squirrel yawned and replied lazily, "Oh, there's so much food now. I'll do it later. Summer is for relaxing, not working." Ant shook her head and went back to work, determined to prepare for the harsher days ahead. As the days grew shorter and the air turned crisp, the forest transformed into a tapestry of red, orange, and yellow leaves. The animals intensified their efforts, gathering the last bits of food before winter arrived. Ant and her friends worked from dawn till dusk, carrying seeds, grains, and crumbs to their well-stocked home. Squirrel, on the other hand, continued her carefree lifestyle. She leaped from branch to branch, playing games and admiring the autumn leaves. Winter is still weeks away, she thought. I have all the time in the world. Ant passed by Squirrel again and warned, "Squirrel, winter will come sooner than you think. You should prepare while you can." But Squirrel just laughed and said, "You ants worry too much. I'll be fine." One morning, Squirrel woke up to find the forest covered in a thick blanket of snow. The trees were bare, and the ground was frozen solid. The cheerful songs of birds were replaced by the eerie silence of winter. Squirrel's stomach rumbled, and she realized she hadn't gathered any food. She hopped down from her tree and searched for berries or nuts, but the snow had buried everything. Desperate and cold, Squirrel remembered Ant and decided to visit her. Surely Ant will share some food with me, she thought. When Squirrel reached Ant's burrow, she knocked timidly. Ant opened the door and saw Squirrel shivering in the cold. "Ant, I didn't prepare for winter," Squirrel admitted, her voice trembling. "I'm hungry and have nowhere else to go. Can you help me?" Ant sighed but felt sorry for Squirrel. "Come in," she said kindly. Inside the burrow, Squirrel saw piles of seeds and grains neatly stored. Ant gave her some food and a warm place to rest. "Thank you, Ant," Squirrel said gratefully. "I promise I'll be more responsible next year." As winter melted away and spring brought the forest back to life, Squirrel kept her promise. She worked alongside the other animals, gathering food and repairing her home. Ant and Squirrel became close friends, often helping each other with their tasks. From that day on, Squirrel learned the value of hard work and preparation. The forest buzzed with new energy, and Squirrel felt happier than ever knowing she had learned an important lesson. Moral: it's important to prepare for the future and not take the present for granted.
Please like and subscribe my channel for more such stories.